Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose is like investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose is like investigator. So, so hi guys. So I feel kind of bad. I said the thing about the whole thing about the comments last time I was in it or whatever. Don't worry too much about it. Okay, I get sometimes I explode. Please don't take it to. I felt bad. I wrote to people's. And it's just that sometimes when I'm doing the vision, I said before, if I'm doing the visions, don't act like it's. I just wanted to say this. Once I see, when I have a question, right, I close my eyes, and what I'm trying to explain what's coming, what's on my mind. This is what I strive to do because it's short and it's very specific. So it doesn't, but it only applies to that question. When people ask me, does that apply to whatever else? And I get so mad because no, it doesn't. Okay, so just feel like maybe I should say it. It's very only one thing, I think. So anyway, so wow, guys, so interesting. I had a personal reading with someone in the group, and it's so funny. I was crying. Guys, sometimes I cry. I think I'm having my period. Hopefully, I was like, I was like, I must have cancer because I'm feeling this thing in the back. I was like, I'm soon gonna have I was like, I'm dying soon. Well, we'll do, I was like, I'm dying soon, just so you know. And I do cardio. Seriously, I was like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die right now? Do I have cancer? Oh my god, sorry. Anyway, so guys, oh my god, so many questions. I was like, yesterday, I was like, no, there's not that much stuff going on. And then now that I discover I'm a genius. Instead of writing on my notebook, I put a cut and paste. Cut and paste. Whoa. So now it's so much easier. It's so much easier. You know what I mean? So, here is the question. Yeah, then I really like taking the notes afterwards. You can do the notes because you already have the questions. Oh. Very smart. So anyway, guys, I'm not. I was like, no, this is proof. I'm dying soon. I'm going tomorrow. I hope it's not painful. No, I'm not gonna. But then sometimes I don't know if you have this. I was like, it's always before my period. I was like, no, actually, I think I'm gonna have my period. That's why. So I'm just, anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know, guys. It's so interesting. It's just like I think I have to go to the gym. I haven't been going to the gym very much. I feel bloated. It's not very nice. A good feeling. But I wanted to say, that it's so interesting. The list of questions, guys. I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Okay. I realized I was watching Nicole Wallace. And I don't think I've ever asked this question directly, okay, which is Trump. Is he a witting, I think he's a Russian agent, okay? He's doing what Putin wants. We know that's obvious. The question is he a witting agent? He's like, okay, I'm working on behalf of Russia. Like he knows you know what I mean? Yeah, daughter is always on, yeah. So guys, seriously, do you think, this is a question. I'm like, is Trump a full legit Russian agent? I mean, I guess not that it matters, not that the crime is not a crime, but I'm just like, is he like, okay, I'm here, supporting the interests of Mother Russia, whatever? Does he talk like that? I mean, because it's like I said, it's obvious he does what Putin wants. The question is he just self-absorbed that he does it because he thinks it's best for him, or does he actually have an allegiance to Russia? Okay. Well, how do you say Russia? Do you have my emails? Russia. Right? So anyway, I'm just gonna go straight ask, guys, because that's the question. Is he an actual Russian agent? He's an asset. Yeah, that's right. Not an agent, asset. Yeah, because they were saying the difference is witting or unwitting, right? Meaning he's like actually maybe he had a had something like like a book, like, yes, I pledge to do whatever Russians want. Yeah, I want to do what they want. Yeah. So I think it is, but I like to clarify it, guys, because it's obvious, okay, to be no, but I'm talking. What I mean by that is a sense of allegiance. I know that he does. Yeah, maybe both, but let's just figure out. I want to know, okay? Because that's what I feel like. Obviously, he's harming the country. This is beyond. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. It's obvious that all of this stuff that he's doing is not good. Okay, this whole what is it? Tariffs and all, anything. Like it's obvious. It's not doing good for the country. It's not, okay? He doesn't seem behind it. Let's figure out for Russia trash. So what? How does his mind think of this? Okay, exactly. So that's what I think. Does he make? Did he? For example, they say that these mob organizations, when you join, you're supposed to to say, okay, I promise to do whatever is asked of me or whatever, And so was there some sort of initiation ritual? I don't know. Was this like a actual, So I want to know. Okay. So I'm just going to ask, guys, okay? So I'm going to answer this quickly. Before I do that, I'm going to ask for protections. A beautiful ray of light hitting the top of my head as I breathe in. I feel like protection as I exhale. I see a beautiful sphere made out of light. I step right in, invite everybody to come with me. And they were protected in a bowl of light. Okay, protections, invite everybody. Well, here, and ask for the good and only the good and the most precise and clear images. So I'm going to get started with the question. Hard question. Is Trump a witting agent of the Russians or unwitting? Meaning, has he pledged allegiance to the Russians, like to Russia, the country, to destroy the U.S. or how is the mental situation? What is that? What is it? Okay. So this was interesting, guys. So what it shows, okay, is that it gave me, because sometimes I consciously choose images, but I don't think it necessarily gave me. I was about to give an image, but it made it clear to me. So it shows Trump walking, and he has to choose two different roads, okay, to go on the left and the right. And on the left it shows the Russian flag, and towards the right is the U.S. flag. He goes with the Russian flag, and it explains why. Okay, so it shows that his whole life, and I remember reading about this in New York before he even became a presidential candidate. He always wanted to belong. Okay, he's a guy from Queens. He always wanted to belong to high society or whatever, right? He had these dreams, like a child's dream or something, that he was going to be accepted. He was going to be, society or whatever he thinks, that that he was not that kid from Queens. He was just like some rich guy, whatever and it's like this cartoon kind of imagery, okay? Like the way he sees it like this. And so the Russians, in his mind, okay, the Russians accepted him. The Russians gave him what he wanted in his mind, okay, meaning they reflected back. For example, they say that a lot of times sales, or con artists, right? What they're good at is giving with the people what he perceives they want. Okay, for example, these men who are like on the internet who say, oh, he's like, oh, I met a great man, and then he found out he has like 5 wives. These men who are constantly finding women online and trying to marry them, whatever. So the same way, the Russians were able to understand what he wanted, his mindset, and gave him that kind of like almost like vulgar, like gold and materialistic and all those things. So they gave him what he wanted, okay? Okay, so this is gave him what he wanted, and what I thought was really interesting is that this is how he thinks. Okay, so he thinks they're better. He thinks they know better. He thinks they're better people. He thinks they have better interests. They have better everything. Because it's kind of, I'm trying to think, sometimes everybody has this thing where like a sense of allegiance. I mean, I know for me it's hard to even say it, but I know that sometimes you meet people like, oh, I know. It's like we're one of the same, or we're the same, or like I know, for example, sometimes if I'm or like meet Latin people, like I'd be like sometimes that I feel we could have something in common just for that. But exactly. But it shows that here what happens is that that's the same thing. So then since they start to do what he wants, it's like, and I remember, guys, so still, reading these things about body language, I remember like how to flirt, how to get what you want from a man or whatever. Like I remember some stupid article and they talk about this flirting thing. Those are guys who are con artists, have these like, what is it, a red pill or something, that you sit next to a person and you start to mirror what their body, so if a person's sitting like that, you go next to them and you sit like that, and then you start to mimic so that the person feels that you are on their side, that kind of thing. Okay, so the same thing, the Russians were mirrored what he wanted, and so he feels like there's like we're soulmates. Okay, we're great. We see the world the same way. I want to be like Vladdy P. Because in his mind, it's so sad, guys. It's like a cartoon. Everything is a cartoon. It's like he doesn't think of, for example, actual rich people who had real, companies or whatever. I'm not saying that it's not, I don't have anything to say against like, oh, a rich person, not about that. It's more like normal people who are rich. There's a job, there's something they've done and they happen to have money, but most of them are not actually flashy. The large majority of people who are not, they're not flashy, right? They're not like, hey, I am dripping in gold. Like, that's dangerous because if you get kidnapped, right? I don't, not all, some people I guess have that, but a lot don't. Because, I mean, they wear nice clothes and everything, but it's not like that's the big thing, okay? But for him, he loves them because they're like, here's my watch. Yeah, diamonds. It's all cartoons. It's almost like they're performing, especially since they were communists before, so they couldn't have things not in the same way. So now it's like it's all about showing, show like visual, and that's how he understands it. So like I said, he goes on the road of the Russians. Okay, like I said, he chose the road that is friendly to the Russians. He's like, no, the Russians get it, understand, they know, come on, no, they know better. Do you think I'm gonna be like this guy, this bullshit? No. How do you do business? He's saying like the Obama is all about being good. Do good or bullshit. Like, no, that's not gonna take me anywhere. The whole thing of like service, right? And all those things. No. Forget about it. It's all about, how we can make money. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, just it's not even magnetism, because I feel like I said, guys, not just like is kind of dangerous like that, because he thinks that, like I said, he's very easy to kind of seduce in a way, right? Because in those ways, because it's like he likes things that are flashy. It's interesting, showing me also Manafort, right? Like a Manafort, the same thing. Like Manafort, like I have a big house, I have a gold watch, I have a big suit. It's like it has to show from 500 miles away. Like you have to know that this is a guy who has a big watch, and I wear the big shoulder pads, and and it's so weird to me, but this is similar. This is like, so this is the same thing. It's like, and so this is it. Okay. So this is it. And it's like all this cartoon kind of thing, situation. And that's like, he does. Okay. So, okay. Trump, are you a Russian agent? What are you? What do you do for the Russians? I do whatever they want. They do business with me. You know what I mean? Whatever. The world changes. Stuff changes all the time. So what? I'm doing what I can to help myself. Yeah. Whatever. So guys, okay. So yeah. So he is doing what the Russians want. He knows it. And that's the bottom line. He knows he's doing what the Russians want. And then it shows that, when Americans are looking into that, whatever, I'm just like, whatever, telling the Russians what he's being asked to do, like the subpoenas, like whatever, they just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get that the world is going to be so much better. They don't get it, They don't get anything. It just, whatever. So he again, he's willingly. Hi, Sarah. I'm doing this kind of like a big first subject, which is whether Trump is a witting or unwitting agent. Okay. So anyway, origin of the Russians. So he knows he's doing what the Russians want at the expense of America's interest. Yes, he knows that. And he brushes it off because he really believes it's kind of like, guys, I'm trying to imagine here. It's even hard to understand. It's like he thinks he's seen the light. Okay, he's like, no, it's so much better, so much better. What are you doing this bullshit? Come on, come on. But because the only thing he can, and they're like, the Russians are like so amazed. Nobody could be as sociopathic as him because he really does not have any care for anybody else. Okay, he really does not care about people. So this is why he's willing to. He only thinks very short term. It's kind of interesting here. He wants cash now, cash now. So this is weird, guys. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting, but sad, but weird. Okay. So yeah, so it's kind of weird. Okay. So I'm just like, so yeah, so he knows he's working for he knows he knows he's working for the Russians. He knows, he thinks okay, this is the thing. This is the key here. People, and guys, I watched the crime documentary. So they always say, like, it's always like, there's always this moment, like, well, we thought this person was going to be the main suspect. But then we had a polygraph test, and they passed the polygraph test, or polygraph, I forgot what they call it. So Trump is like that. He's so psychopathic that he passes those polygraph. If he takes those tests, he passes them, even though he actually confesses in public, because because he is so cold. He really does not care about anybody else. This is the thing. The bottom line here, he doesn't care about anybody else. Turns out, but cold, really. Like, he's the kind of person, like, if someone asked me, okay, hi Rosie, Jan B, she's in your group. We were, why don't you go to her? Let's go to her house, kill her, and take her shoes or whatever. I don't know, like some crazy. I'm sorry to say this, Jan B. Now, like, but then he's like, oh yeah, expensive shoes, sure, go get. Right, but it's interesting. He doesn't kill. He doesn't do violence directly, but they say he doesn't care about anybody. It's like I mean, I can't even imagine. Imagine if you go through like the process of like going, have to run for president, only to do what not only to do what other people want, be to harm so many. This is what it's like, hard to imagine. But this is the thing. It's not that he thinks that. You know what he thinks? He thinks everybody's a dog. Everybody's like, oh, I'm the main character, and everybody else is out there to be loyal to me because I'm the best. I am really, so he doesn't really think that people have value or because he doesn't feel it himself. So anyway, so this is the answer, okay? So yeah, he is only doing what the Russians want because he likes their system and he doesn't care about anybody, okay? He does not have loyalty to the country, no, he doesn't. Now, the one thing, guys, his heart, yeah, but the one thing, guys, the one thing that is more than just money. Okay, the other interesting thing here, and I have to say this, is that the Republicans, right? They also, what happened is that, I don't know, if some of the Republicans and the Russians also, they said, okay, we hate Obama. We were racist. We hate Obama. We hate progress. So the Russians are like, hello, this is it. Hi. We don't like Latino people. We don't like the black people. We don't like immigrants. No. You're horrible, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're horrible. They are. Yeah. So listen, let's get together. Get rid of brown people. Yeah. I hate them. So it's just really like, this is the thing, guys, they got, and then what the irony here is that the Southern strategy, okay, which is what the Republicans did to get the white voters, right, is exactly what the Russians are doing to them. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. Southern strategy is like, hello, yeah, do you want the liberal? Huh? Do you want it? Have one? No, I don't so want it, huh? Yeah? Huh? So